Rejection is tough, but it doesn't have to crush your confidence. We've all been there, that sinking feeling when you put yourself out there and don't get the response you hoped for. It's natural to feel a sting of disappointment, maybe even doubt yourself a little. But here's the truth. Rejection is a part of life, especially when it comes to dating. The good news is, how you handle rejection can actually make you stronger and more resilient in the long run. It's not about becoming immune to the feeling, but about changing your perspective and developing the tools to bounce back quicker and keep moving forward. In this video, we're going to unpack the 5 essential steps to handling rejection like a pro. We'll explore how to reframe those difficult experiences, build unshakable confidence, and come out on the other side feeling empowered and ready for whatever comes next. Let's dive in. Rejection is tough, but it doesn't have to crush your confidence. Let's talk about how you can handle rejection like a pro and come out stronger. Let's face it, rejection is a part of life. It's something we all encounter at various stages, and it can come from different sources. We've all experienced it in some form, whether it's not getting the job we wanted, not making the team, or even failing to achieve a personal goal we set for ourselves, or being turned down by someone we're interested in. These moments can be tough, leaving us feeling vulnerable and questioning our self-worth. And when it comes to dating, rejection can feel even more personal. It's as if our very essence is being judged and found lacking. You're putting yourself out there, opening yourself up to the possibility of connection, and sometimes it just doesn't go the way you hoped. The anticipation, the hope, and then the letdown can be a heavy emotional burden. But here's the thing. Rejection isn't a reflection of your worth, it's just part of the journey. It's a stepping stone, a learning experience that shapes us and helps us grow. Think about it. Everyone has different preferences, different things they're looking for in a partner. What one person might not appreciate, another might find absolutely wonderful. Just because one person doesn't see your amazing qualities, doesn't mean those qualities don't exist. It's important to remember that your value isn't determined by someone else's opinion. It just means you haven't found the right person yet. The journey to finding meaningful connections is often filled with trial and error, and that's okay. It's all part of the process. Each rejection is a step closer to finding the right match, the right opportunity, or the right path. The key is to not let rejection define you. Instead, let it refine you. Use it as a tool to understand yourself better and to grow stronger. Don't let it make you question your value or make you afraid to put yourself out there again. Each experience, whether positive or negative, adds to your resilience and wisdom. Remember, you are worthy of love and connection, regardless of anyone else's opinion. Your worth is inherent and not dependent on external validation. So, let's explore how to take rejection in stride and use it as an opportunity for growth. Embrace the journey, learn from each experience, and keep moving forward with confidence. This is easier said than done, right? We've all been there, feeling the sting of rejection and wondering what we did wrong. When someone rejects us, it's easy to internalize that and feel like it's a reflection of our worth. We start to question ourselves, our actions, and even our value. But here's the truth. More often than not, rejection has very little to do with you as a person. It's not a measure of your value or your capabilities. Think about it. The other person might have a million things going on in their life that you're not aware of. They could be dealing with personal issues, work stress, or other commitments that take up their mental space. Maybe they're not in the right headspace for a relationship. They might be overwhelmed or simply not ready to take on something new. Maybe they're still healing from a past experience. Emotional wounds take time to heal, and sometimes people need space to process their feelings. Or maybe, and this is important to remember, your personalities just aren't a good fit. Compatibility is key in any relationship, and sometimes, despite our best efforts, it just isn't there. And that's okay. It doesn't mean there's anything wrong with either one of you. It's simply a matter of finding the right match. Her decision is about her, not about you. Everyone has their own reasons and motivations, and they're often more complex than we realize. Try to shift your perspective and see it from a place of understanding rather than judgment. Empathy can go a long way in helping us cope with rejection. Instead of taking it personally, try to see it as a matter of compatibility. It's not about your worth, but about finding someone whose puzzle piece fits with yours. It's like trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. No matter how hard you try, it just won't fit. It doesn't work, and that's okay. It's better to recognize this early on than to force something that isn't meant to be. You're both better off finding a fit that works naturally. When you find that right fit, everything will feel effortless and right. So the next time you face rejection, take a deep breath and remind yourself, Don't take it personally. It's a step towards finding the right person for you. It's not about you, it's about finding the right fit. Remember, every rejection is just a redirection towards something better. Look, it's completely natural to feel a wave of emotions after rejection. Disappointment, sadness, even a little frustration. These are all valid feelings. Don't try to bottle them up or pretend you're not affected. Allow yourself to feel those emotions fully. Acknowledge the rejection, acknowledge the feelings it brings up, and then, here's the crucial part, don't let those feelings consume you. Give yourself a set amount of time to process, maybe a few hours, maybe a day, and then consciously choose to shift your focus. Dwelling on the rejection for too long will only keep you stuck in a negative cycle. It's like replaying a bad song on repeat. It's not going to change the tune. Instead, channel that energy into something positive. Go for a run, hit the gym, lose yourself in a good book, or connect with friends who uplift you. Remember, you are in control of your thoughts and your emotions. Don't give rejection the power to dictate your mood or your self-worth. Feel it, process it, and then move on. Chapter 4. Step 3. Use it as a learning opportunity. This is where we flip the script on rejection. Instead of letting it bring us down, we can choose to see it as a stepping stone to something greater. Instead of seeing it as a setback, what if we saw it as an opportunity for growth? What if every rejection was a chance to refine our skills and become better? Every rejection, no matter how big or small, holds valuable lessons if we're open to learning from them. Think about it. Each no is a lesson in disguise, waiting to be uncovered. Maybe the rejection helped you realize that you need to work on your communication skills, or perhaps it highlighted areas where you can improve your presentation. Or maybe it made you realize that you need to be clearer about what you're looking for in a partner. It could be a wake-up call to reassess your priorities and goals. Or maybe it simply confirmed that you were brave enough to put yourself out there, to take a risk. And that in itself is a victory worth celebrating. Courage is a muscle that grows stronger with use. And that in itself is a victory worth celebrating. Every small win, every act of bravery deserves recognition. The key is to approach rejection with a curious mind. Instead of seeing it as a dead end, view it as a detour that can lead to new and exciting opportunities. Instead of asking yourself, "What's wrong with me?" ask yourself, "What can I learn from this experience? How can I use this to my advantage?" Ask yourself, "What can I learn from this experience? What insights can I gain that will help me in the future? What can I take away from this that will help me grow and become a better version of myself?" Each challenge is an opportunity to build resilience and character. Remember, every no gets you closer to a yes. Persistence is key. The more you try, the more you learn, and the closer you get to your goal. Each rejection is an opportunity to refine your approach, to tweak your strategy, and to come back stronger. It's a chance to perfect your craft. Gain clarity on what you want. Use each experience to get a clearer picture of your goals and aspirations, and ultimately, increase your chances of finding the right connection. The right opportunity is out there, and each step you take brings you closer to it. Chapter 5. Step 4. Don't blame yourself. It's easy to fall into the trap of self-blame after rejection. We start dissecting every little thing we said or did, wondering what we could have done differently. But here's the thing. Blaming yourself won't change the outcome, it will only chip away at your self-esteem. Remember, rejection is not a sign that you're not good enough. It's simply a sign that you weren't the right fit for that particular person or situation. And that's okay. Instead of focusing on what you could have done differently, focus on staying true to yourself. The right person will appreciate you for who you are, flaws and all. Don't try to be someone you're not just to please someone else. Authenticity is magnetic, and it will attract the right people into your life. So the next time you find yourself spiraling into self-blame, stop yourself and say, "I am enough, just as I am." You don't need to change who you are to be loved. Chapter 6. Step 5. Boost your confidence for the next one. Rejection can definitely knock us down a few pegs, but it's important to remember that our confidence doesn't have to stay down. We have the power to pick ourselves up, dust ourselves off, and come back stronger than ever. So, how do we do that? It starts with focusing on our strengths. What are you good at? What are you passionate about? What makes you feel confident and alive? Engage in activities that nourish your soul and remind you of your awesomeness. Hit the gym, spend time with loved ones, pursue a hobby, or simply take some time for yourself to relax and recharge. Remember, confidence comes from within, Rejection doesn't define you. It's a temporary experience, not a permanent state. So, embrace the lessons, keep your head held high, and keep putting yourself out there. The more you practice resilience, the stronger and more confident you'll become. Rejection is a part of life, but it doesn't have to define us. By shifting our perspective, building our resilience, and focusing on our strengths, we can handle rejection like pros and come out stronger on the other side. Remember, you are worthy of love and connection just as you are. Have you ever experienced rejection? How did you handle it? Let me know in the comments, and if you found these tips helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more. Now go out there and shine, my friend. You've got this.